All right, we are live February 7th, 2026. What's good, everybody? Hopefully, everybody's having a good day, having a blessed day to be exact. Um, Pray that you guys are led by the Spirit today and everything is good. All right, audio's good. We're good. We're in business. Audio's good. Camera looking good. Maybe could get a better quality thing. But hey, everything's good. I'm literally laying back, chilling, relaxing. New hairdo. Got a haircut. Got to get a haircut. Got to be freshen up. Also feeling a lot better. Excuse me. Still a little stuffy a little bit, but I don't feel as weak as yesterday, so I'm feeling better. Glory to God on that part. And yeah, as everybody comes in, make sure you guys hit the like button. Hit the like button if you're new. Subscribe. Welcome to Expounding Knowledge, where hey, I got no model. My model is always a student wants a teacher, and context is key. Uh, and without context, you can't really understand anything. So yeah, come up, like it up, subscribe it up, share it with friends, family, wherever the case may be. Let this thing spread through the algorithm so the algorithm can see us because the algorithm be hating sometimes. So let's not allow the algorithm to hate. But with that being said, today, we always got the reading of the word before we start off. We do have the reading of the word. And the reading of the word will come from, all right. The reading of the word is actually going to come off my website because, I got to self promote. Self promote. Expounding Knowledge is literally expoundingknowledge.com. You guys can take a look at it. You guys will be blessed by it. It has like everything that you need. It has all my videos on there. Now, next, I'm gonna actually have to link the YouTube live Q&A on here. That I have to add it to the code. But as of right now, I have bookmarks features, bookmarks where you could create folders, bookmark verses. Got the blogs that I've made thus far. I realized I stopped making blogs because a lot of people don't read nowadays. I know it sounds crazy, right? A lot of people don't read. It's true. A lot of people don't read. So the last one was October 25th, 2025. I may continue it. As of right now, I'm just working on making videos, and I have the little search feature, so you guys can search up the videos in the catalogs. It's all the videos that are on my YouTube. So as of right now, it's up to date. And then we got the home, and the home has the today's devotional, which is like the verse. Because at the end of the day, yes, we do apologetics and talking about scriptures. Well, I wouldn't consider myself an apologist, but I consider myself a person who just loves reading the scriptures. So the reading of the word, at least for my account, is Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5 and 6. It says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. And all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." And yeah, that's the daily verse for today, man. Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5 and 6. So for my Christians out there, trust in the Lord and lean not on your own understanding. It doesn't say you can't have understanding or you can't have your own understanding. But when you have your own understanding, don't completely trust in it because sometimes our understanding is faulty. And we know that with our lives today, like our understanding of things, it could just be about anything, could be faulty at times. So we just want to be consistent on that. And yeah, I know this is a little self promotion, but definitely check out Expounding Knowledge. I'm pretty sure you can make an account. I haven't been on my stuff for a minute, but yeah, everything's good, man. Search up features, man. We got everything, man. You could even subscribe to here, into your email and things like that. Hey, I hope I'm gonna make some more changes as time go on, but this is very innovative in my books. But and after this, I'm gonna hop on that TikTok live, but gotta show love to the YouTube. Gotta show love to the YouTube. All right. Hopefully, you guys are having a blessed day. You see the thing talking about slavery in the Old Testament or even the New Testament. I'm actually going to address a New Testament verse today, actually. So that's actually going to be fun. And I was thinking about maybe tomorrow for a live stream, maybe do a little reaction to some apologetic and stuff like that. Just to get a little reaction. Shake it up, do something different until we start getting callers. Because I haven't got callers yet. Maybe I have to build up the YouTube and maybe as time goes on, I'm gonna connect the YouTube and the TikTok. I'm still getting that and situated. You may see me do it tomorrow. Tomorrow may be the day, right? And things cost money, man. Things cost money. I'm not talking about the live stream both, but I've been trying to get some things with the StreamYard. So the StreamYard per month is $80 per month for the StreamYard thing. That's a lot of American dollars for each month coming out of my account. But I'm gonna do it because first you gotta invest into yourself, then you can invest into others. I know it sounds like I'm kind of preaching a little bit, but where do callers come in? Oh, you want to call in? Oh, okay. Give me one second. Let me put the link right here, and I'm gonna go on my little rant and stuff like that. Hopefully not no troll, man. I don't really do good with trolls, man. Trolls make me add to the stage. Yo, what is going on? Yo, I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Okay, there you go. See, look, I'm out here looking confused. Are you not available to call at the moment? Okay, hey Jamie. Yeah, for future, man. Yeah, I'll put the link inside the thing, man. You're free to come up, man. This is a loving thing. Even if you disagree with me, I love people who disagree with me. Even if you agree with me, that's fine too, man. We could talk it. If you have any questions and things like that, hey, I'm free, man. But for the future, yeah, you could call in. I do callers, man. Um, I've been trying to get people to come up, but I get a lot of people who disagree with me. And like my comment section, I told them, hey, just come to the live streams and talk. And they never come to the live stream to talk. They always send me messages, comments, and stuff like that. I stopped replying because I already told them what to do, and they didn't do it. So I'm not gonna continue to waste my time going back and forth because that's a waste of time. But yeah, Jamie, man, I'm happy you asked. Yes, I have it, man. Just let me know if you see me looking down. It's because my laptop right here, my camera's up here, by the way. But yeah, Jamie, just let me know, man. If anybody else, I'm gonna put the thing in the chat just in case if anybody wants to just to come up. You know what I'm saying? Come up. Hey, guys, just be mindful, man. Your boy kind of new to this, man. Kind of new to this. Snap. Okay. Still trying to figure out this features, okay? You gotta bear with me, okay? All right. Dang it. I did it last time. I don't know what's going on with me. I think the sick messing up my IQ level. It's private chat. No, that's not private chat. I'm just playing around right now. Yo. This junk gotta be trolling. Is it this one? No, can't be this one. Oh, look, somebody calling me, man. This is what happens every time somebody calls me. As of right now, I can't. I found the link last time. I don't know what's going on with me right now. I don't know what's going on. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to get the link. Oh, found it. Okay, found it. Okay, perfect. All right. All right, this is anybody who wants to join up, just in case if you want to join up, you guys can. Obviously, after I go on my little yap sesh, which my yap sesh probably gonna go for about a couple of minutes. I've been talking about continually about slavery in the Bible, what it is, and talking about it. If there's anything you guys want to bring up to me as well, you guys can. I also got a brother who didn't give me like what you call it a book necessary about slavery in the Bible, but how to address it more from a ethical and moral perspective. I want to thank Cinema. I know I shouted him out last time, but I'm gonna shout him out again because he's always so caring, and I appreciate him giving the suggestion. And I know he sent me some notes, which I will take my time and look through. But yeah, and actually we're gonna talk about the book a little bit too because I think it correlates when we talk about, and this comes with Chuck too. I don't know if Chuck will probably join, but if he doesn't, Chuck, he keep bringing like moral arguments and things like that, and it makes you wonder like where is your moral standards? Like, how do you judge like your morals? Like, how do you do it? Like, what's right from wrong? You know what I mean? And sometimes you have to break it down into like layman's terms. Sometimes I feel like a lot of Christians nowadays make things sound very complicated. Not saying people are not smart and things like that. No, but the layman, What I mean by layman, people who don't take their time and do deep studies like everybody does. Like there's more laymen than like experts. You have to kind of break it down to them, and that's what I want to try to do: break down slavery in the Bible for you. But one of the passages I will take a look at is actually Ephesians chapter 6. I've been talking about I don't know why the camera's like that. Okay, kind of weird. We're going to talk about Ephesians chapter 6. I'm actually not going to go on my website this time, but we're going to go on here. Ephesians chapter 6. Don't forget to like the live stream so you can help out the algorithm. Share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with somebody who disagrees, share it with people who do agree. Let's get the algorithm going. It says, bond servants, be obedient to those who are masters according to the flesh, with fear and trembling and sincerity of heart as to Christ. When people read this verse, you can't see it. Okay. All right, LOL. All right, let's get this going. All right, perfect. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 5. Let's read it again. Bond servants, be obedient to those who are your masters according to the flesh, with fear and trembling and sincerity of heart as to Christ. Not with eye service as men pleasers, but as bondservants of Christ, doing the will of God from the heart. With God, with goodwill during service as to the Lord and not to men, knowing that whatever good anyone does, he will receive the same from the Lord, whether he is a slave or free. And you, masters, do the same thing to them, giving up, threatening. So the same thing that bond servants are doing, you have to do to your bond servants. So what did bond servants do? Be obedient to those who are your masters according to the flesh, with fear and trembling and sincerity of heart as to Christ. And you masters, also, not being men pleased, but being bond servants of Christ, doing the will of God from the heart, the goodwill doing service as to the Lord and not to men, knowing that whatever good anyone does, he will receive the same from the Lord. So the masters are supposed to do the same thing, that they should be obedient to those who are masters. And who is master, you'll see. And you masters do the same thing to them, giving up, threatening, knowing that your own master also is in heaven, and there's no partiality with him. So it shows that masters are slaves too. So just because you have the title as master, you're not really a master. You are a slave, just like your bondservant. So I know people like to use this verse and just take it and run with it, but they don't read everything else, because it says, and you masters do the same things to them. So the same things to them is be obedient, be respectful with fear and trembling, sincerity of heart as to Christ. And all this, that's what the master should do, just like how the bondservant is doing. So he's commanding them to do the same thing, even though he's not outrightly saying, oh, slavery is wrong, because people will say, well, the Bible doesn't say outrightly that slavery is wrong. Well, Jesus doesn't say outrightly that homosexuality is wrong as well, too. That, and you masters do the same thing, is in heaven, and there is no partiality. So I want you to keep that in mind. So keep that in mind, man. Keep that in mind. All right, let's get right here. But yeah, I feel like people have to keep this in mind when they do research, when they do things like this. They don't read context. Context, they allergic to it. Every time they see, they run like it's the boogeyman. So my thing is that we have to examine context, just like how we examine Ephesians chapter 6, verse 5 to 9. So it says that just how the bond servants is supposed to be obedient, stuff like that, the masters are supposed to do the same thing as well. So the point is, are you really a master? Are you really a slave owner, so to speak? Because during those times, it was kind of wicked, boy. And it was an institutional practice. Hang on a second. No, that's not no, that's not my argument. That's not my argument, Jamie. No, no, that's not my argument. I'm not saying slavery is okay because the New Testament. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I heard an argument today, or I saw a verse in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 5. Somebody saying, look, the Bible is not banning slavery, but is giving, like, because just to put it into some context and put it into perspective, is that it was a normal practice during the ancient Romans and the Roman times. It was a normal practice. So Paul is actually flipping that practice on its head and saying how masters have complete autonomy and control over the bondservant or slave, but he's saying to the masters, well, treat your bondservants the same way your bondservants treat you, the same way you should treat them, because you have a master who is aware of you. So it's not an argument that I'm making. I'm just trying to make sure the verse is understood in context. That's what I'm trying to do. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So it's not an argument saying that it's okay because of that. No, that's not my argument. But ooh, those are stuff. Sounds stuffy too. Yeah. So I know most people like to bring up Exodus chapter 21. I feel like a broken record at right now because I've repeatedly uh talked about this scripture, but it's worth repeating. All right, I don't know why I did that, so that's fine. That's cool with me. All right. It says, if you buy a Hebrew servant, he shall serve 6 years. In the seventh, he shall go out free and pay nothing. And if he comes in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he comes in married, then his wife shall go out with him. If his master has given him a wife, and she has borne him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her master's, and he shall go out by himself. But if the servant plainly says, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I would not go out free. Then his master shall bring him to the judges. He shall also bring him to the door of the doorpost, and his master shall pierce his ear with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. I know people have problem with this. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about verse 2-6. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. The one out of many ways somebody became a servant or a slave in Israel is through many reasons, mainly through debt, right? You could still acquire somebody if they owe you debt, or buy, right? Or purchase, or get possession of. And I know those kind of languages sounds very yicky to us, because when we hear the words buy, purchase, and stuff, you said I seem to be missing something. I don't want to straw man your position. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's better whenever you free, man. Um, whenever you free to come up, man. I live stream. Well, this week I live streamed every day, but starting next week I'm gonna be live streaming Monday, Wednesday, and Saturdays on YouTube. So just keep with the heads up. So if you feel like you want to come at a later time, what exactly is my argument and position? Well, my argument and position is my position is that yes, the Bible talks about slavery. You will not have me disagree on that. Yes, the Bible talks about slavery. The point is, what kind of slavery is it talking about? Is it justifying it? No, it's giving parameters to it. I think the best example that I could give is that Jesus talks about how that Moses allowed divorce because of the hardness of one's heart. Because of the hardness of their heart, God permitted them to get divorced, but put boundaries and restrictions so they don't abuse it. So it's kind of like the same thing with slavery. God put boundaries and restriction on it so people don't abuse their power, because it was a construct, but in that construct, God put parameters so people don't abuse that construct that was already going at that time. So let me give you an example. Maybe as time goes on, I could probably flesh it out better, but as of right now, that's kind of like my positions and thoughts about it. Maybe as time goes by, I could word it better, but this is just how I'm wording it right now. I will say that yes, the main way people became a slave is by indentured servitude. They had to pay off debt. So it's not like the slavery because of the skin color or they got kidnapped. Actually, the Old Testament actually forbid kidnapping a slave or kidnapping anyone in general, right? So we have to kind of understand what is it talking about. And I also mentioned a scholar, Daisy Tassi, which I've been reading for the past couple of days on the live stream. It's spelled Daisy, last name Tsai. She talked about how there's no firm foundation of a word for a slave in at least in the ancient Near East, but I'm talking specific of the Bible. There's like no solidified meaning of it, because a king could be a slave to a god, like authorities or like police, because there's no such thing as police, but guards at that time, royal guards were slaves to the king. Even though they're slave to the king, they're not actual slaves who are in bondage, but rather they're lower in authority. So that's what you see. If you have somebody over or above you in authority, you are a slave. So, like right now, we have bosses at work who are above us, but doesn't mean we're less of human. But in the ancient Near East, we'll be considered their slave because, or servants, because they're above us in role, above us in status. So, that's kind of like my viewpoint on the matter, Jamie. Good question, Jamie. I appreciate it. Bullying, but doesn't outright ban or condemn it. Is it the school allowing bullying? In your example, it says here's some food for thought. If a school regulates bullying, and what regulation would they give? Like, are they saying because I don't know, like if they're regulating bullying by saying let's search up the word regulate. Let's see. Just food for thought. Let's see. Regulate. All right, it's getting a whole song. Okay, that's fine. To control or manage or direct activity. So if they're controlling or managing by saying, all right, you can't do this, right? Like, I don't know. You got to give me an example. I'm an example type of person. So give me an example and I could probably answer your question. Because I think it would depend on the example that you give. Give me an example and I could either tell you yes, no, or why I think it may fall or fail. Because I think sorry, let me go back to the I think it was right here. I think in my opinion is that in the ancient in the ancient Near East, slavery or just in the world in general, like it was a social construct. And I'm not how should I say it? I'm not endorsing the social construct, and I don't think the Bible is endorsing it either. But God or is aware of the times that they live in and wants to make sure, like it always uses the word if. You see how it says if you buy? It's not saying you should do this, but it's saying if you end up doing that. Because God knows that people will end up doing things that they're not supposed to be doing. So if he does this, if he comes in by himself, but if his servant plainly says, so everything is if, and these what you call case laws. Case laws saying if this happened, then this. So it's not saying it's not outright promoting it, but it's saying if you do this, this is the parameters that I'm giving you to allow this to happen. Because we have to keep in mind that they live in an agrarian and agriculture society. So the example that you're gonna give right now is not gonna be perfect in every regards because the society is different. They lived in an agriculture society. It's not a capitalist society where if a person gets into debt or poverty, they don't get food stamps to help them with their hunger. But rather, if it's a famine came, they will find somebody who could take care of them, sell themselves under them, and they will take care of them and they'll be considered slaves. So I know it kind of sounds foreign to us because we're not living in that culture or time, but that's what it is. And I could show you books to take a look at it. And I know, and if you bring an example, right, Jamie, I will ask you like, what's like, where do you get your sense of morality from? Because if you believe that, obviously we believe that owning somebody as property is wrong and negative and things like that. Oh man, the quality of my thing looking bad. I don't know why. Sorry, I have the thing on the side and checking like the quality, and the quality is looking atrocious. Let me see if I could kind of fix that. It's a little side just so I could see, how the quality of the live stream is doing, and the quality is looking garbage. Okay, let's see if I can fix that real quick. Um, that thing looks disgusting. Not gonna lie to you. Yeah, let's do this again. It's you guys see the live stream acting good because my thing's acting real trash. You guys let me know. Let me know what you guys see because maybe you guys could let me know because the quality on my end is looking mid, bro. For the sake of argument, if a school says you could pick on the small kids, you can cyberbully outside of school, but you can't fight or steal lunch money, are they allowing bullying by regulation? According to your example, if the school says, yeah, that would be a problem with because a school is not really regulating. It's not really like restricting like harm. Because when we think like the Bible is restricting harm to the said individuals, and this is not restricting harm to them. It's still bringing harm to the kids. Like what do you mean by regulating? Like, yes, divorce is it says if a man gives his wife a certificate of divorce, so it's regulating that the way you could get divorced is through like if you get like sexual immorality and things like that. So I would say like something that's like detrimental, like in that case, in your example, yes, it would be they're not really regulating it at all because they're still allowing you to pick on the small kids, which is a form of bullying. But like I said, I don't think, like you said, just for the sake of argument, I don't think your argument or your example is the best. But to answer your question, yes, they would really be regulating, in my opinion, or keeping it under control because it's still bullying transpiring. But yeah, guys, the quality is still not looking good. I don't know what is going on. Maybe I should get that thing fixed or something. Wait, hold up, hold up. Let me remove it. Let me pull this up. Hold up. All right, let's see. The audio's having some issues too. Oh, okay. Let me fix something. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate that, and I appreciate your questions as well. Let me figure this out real quick. Give me a couple of seconds. Let me see. Mm, Let me test the connection. Uh, Hello, 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 hello. All right, now okay, I can hear myself, dude. Yo, what is going on today, man? Just when I complimented StreamYard, it's doing this. All right, perfect. Oh, don't you just hate technical issues? Hey, thank you, Jamie, for letting me know, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It started with Chuck, now Jamie. I'm getting a lot of non-believers, being generous, man. I appreciate you guys. I really do, man. You guys are really being generous and because I met a lot of people who may disagree with me and like in the comment section and say some one person called me a thug and I automatically said it's because I'm black, right? Because I don't know why you're calling me a thug because this is my position that I hold to. So I just want to say, Jamie, thank you for being nice. Thank you for being generous, man. I greatly appreciate you. That's a kind gesture because you could have just lied or stuff like that. Met some people like that, man. They would just blatantly lie. So thank you. Um, but yeah, hopefully you can still hear me. Hopefully the so let's um let's share our screen again. Hopefully the quality is good. Hopefully, I hope so. With the cross Bible thing. Let's do the NSAB. I've been trying this feature out. Open research chart. Compare another Bible verse. Yep. This feature has been actually been real good. I actually enjoyed a lot. Let's do the ESV, and it puts like everything side by side, which I think is pretty cool. Um, excuse me, Exodus 21. And I also have articles about women as well too. Let's go to uh let's go to shoots. Okay, let's go to the traditional Exodus chapter 21, verse 20. And we see 20 to 21, the most common one. It says, and if someone strikes his male or female slave with a rod and the slave dies at his hand, he shall be punished. If, however, the slave survives a day or two, no vengeance shall be taken, for the slave is his property. All right, let's look up. Or some translation says money. You see, like how this says money for the slave is his money. It can mean a variety of things, but I'm gonna tell you what the scholars say, so you can kind of see and my position on what my opinion what the scholars say. And if you're not familiar, Jamie, I've mentioned tons of scholars. Like I'm not gonna just give you like something that's I'm gonna give it to you from scholars who are non-Christian scholars who are Christians, and they will agree with this. The only thing they disagree with most of the time is Leviticus chapter 25 verse 44 to 46, which I feel like that should be a whole live stream all in itself. But obviously scholars not going to agree on everything under the sun, but they kind of agree with the essentials, saying that this is indentured servitude. They would agree with that. This is what this passage is. And you have people like Gregory Cheracino, you have people like John Walton, Bruce Wells, and Daisy Tassine. That's what I talked about. Are you familiar? Okay, I could put some scholars in there, man. I'm gonna show you some of the books after I read this. I'm gonna show you some of the. Matter of fact, let me show you some of the books right now. Let me show you some of the books. Then let's go ahead. So this is one of the ones I was reading. What you call it? And you could jot this down, which is called Human Rights in Deuteronomy, with special focus on slave laws. Literally, this is what this book is focused on. It's about that, right? Um, so just keep that in mind. Let's pull up my. Let's see. This is the one. So obviously we got Drew Johnson, understanding the biblical law. He doesn't necessarily talk about slave laws, but he talks about the purpose of the Old Testament and the laws, and he talks about how it's for wisdom purposes, and that's what the law is. It's for wisdom. It's for people know how to judge and stuff like that, because people use the law to judge. Like the law wasn't this conclusive thing where it was like by word, and some of the stuff that you see that a person should be like executed and stuff like that, most of the time there was like a financial like bargain around it. So just keep that in mind. So we got Drew Johnson. Obviously we got Paul Copan as God a vindictive bully, and we know we got Paul Copan as God a moral monster, or Paul Copan as God permits genocide and stuff like that. Let's find another one. And these are books that I read, and I always tell people this, that every time I read books, I read the section that's relevant to the studies that I'm doing at that moment. Hopefully, I spelled his name correctly. Oh, look at that. See, Gregory Cheracino, 409 pages, which is Debt, Slavery in Israel in the Ancient Near East. Really good book. Um, he talks about Leviticus 25, Exodus 21, Deuteronomy 15. And it says Exodus 20, but he does 21 and 22 as well. He does a real good job. He compares it with Mesopotamia. So he's really, really good. I think he's a good scholar. Let's get another one. Is it going to be incompleted? Maybe. Would it be under reading? I don't know. Maybe probably completed here, maybe. Oh, there you go. The Lost World of the Torah by John Waltman, where he talks about the law and what the law is used for. You can see I read this one like a lot. It says 88% of the read the book. No, this book was just interesting as a whole. Trying to find some more. Is it under one to read? Because every time I put one to read, let's see. Let me John Walton. No, 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 not the Lost World of the Prophets. Maybe Bruce. Maybe it's gonna be under Bruce Wells. Let's see. Oh yes. So that he shares this with Raymond Westbrook, which is called "The Law from the Tigris to the Tiber." Of course, I didn't read 1,108 pages. I did not do it. I only read the parts that was necessary for my studies, which was about like two. It says 2%, but I'm pretty sure I read more than 2%. But yeah, it was just stuff relevant for my studies and stuff like that. Long book, a long book. Um, and sexuality, and I didn't read this one, but I did save this one. Oh, I did read this one. Look at that. Maybe I need to go back in the refresher. Sexuality in the law and the Torah. And the reason why I read this book in correlation with Exodus chapter 21, verse 7 to 11. And I'm pretty sure Exodus 21, verse 7 to 11, because that's about pertaining to females. Um, yeah, I'm trying to see. But yeah, man, I try to make sure I keep myself educated. Oh, is Christianity the white man's religion? I made sure to educate myself on that too. But yeah, the Curse of Ham. Oh, you may be able to call in 20 minutes. Okay. Uh, I'll stay just for you, bro. I'll stay in just for you. Cause usually I finish at 9 o'clock. But if you gonna come up, I'll wait for you, man, so we can have that dialogue and conversation. I don't mind waiting, man. Uh, yeah, I'm thinking that's all I could really find. Mm. Yep. So there's a lot of books I want to get through. You see how it says 489, man. When I'm gonna get through these things, only time will tell, man. I gotta knock all of these out. So, like, I want to read Woman in Scripture, things like that. Like, I'm just a student of the game. Like earlier today, I know this game was so off topic, but I just like the flow of conversation. That earlier today, I got inspired because I saw this guy. He talked about Greek pronunciation and stuff like that, and I just thought it was so cool. And obviously, I gotta pay another subscription for a website. It's crazy. I have to pay another subscription. I've been paying so much subscriptions, but this literally shows you like all the Greek languages, like not all the Greek languages, but all the words in the Greek languages. So you see how it has like the statistics right here. Oh man, this is gonna be my first time like actually like showing a video. So listen. Oh, I can't do it actually. I forgot. I had to do something else, but I can't necessarily do it. But what you could do right here, you could click statistics and you could see like all what you call it, the most used letter in the Greek alphabet, or the most used word, I mean. But yeah, it's really interesting, man. One of the most interesting thing that I came across today. And it made me want to get into like looking at textual criticism and stuff like that. Yeah, I just find it very interesting, man, being able to do that. Like I want to start reading Bruce Metzer, the Bible in translation. Uh, I want to read God in Time, Satan and the Problem of Evil by Gregory Boyd, God at War. Um, yeah, man, it's just so much things I want to read and take a look at, man. Like, oh yeah, heads up, I like military history too. It's pretty cool too. But besides that, everything else is just like stuff I want to educate myself on. You know what I'm saying? Like you should never be afraid to like continue continuously try to engage with your worldview, grow in your worldview, and all those things. Oh, this one was a good one too. Retribution or reality. This one I was doing my studies on the Book of Job. Book of Job is probably one of my favorite books in the Old Testament. I know I'm getting off tangents in here, but I don't know. Jamie kind of inspired me with books and stuff like that. But yeah, man. Hopefully I can get through all 489 books. It's gonna take me a while, but I'm gonna get through it. I'm gonna get through it. And the thing is, it's never only 489. Like I continue to add more books, add more books, add more books. Like I'm guilty, man. I just keep adding books. So see, like this one, slaves, women, and homosexuals. Like this probably could help me with my study and continuously knowledge of like these verses. Because I would never consider myself an expert on it. I just call myself a student who likes to engage with questions like this. See, two gods in heaven, ancient Jewish prayers and emotion, the word of God in transition. Yeah, man. I'm live. What you call it? Tomorrow's gonna be my last day live for this whole week, but my schedule is Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at 8 o'clock because when I get off of work, it's like at 3, like I'm home maybe like at 3:40, like 4 o'clock, right? That's when I'm home. And then, like I'm gonna try to work out, I'm trying to clean up, I'm trying to do this, trying to like it's a lot. So like I said, 8 o'clock gives me enough time to like breathe and relax and be human. So yeah, that's why I kind of do 8 o'clock. But I see that a lot of people like earlier live streams, like a 7 o'clock, like maybe 5. I don't know. Lord willing, man. Hopefully the Lord could, hey man, where I could become just like full time. But as of right now, I am not full time anything. I'm full time at that job and I gotta pay those bills. Hey man, I appreciate me. If you come out, man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. And I am gonna take a look at your notes. I received your text and things like that. I was preparing myself for the live stream today, so I didn't really get a chance to. But I did read it. I know you're probably going to bed soon. Let me show you real quick. Let me show you real quick. Oh, it's right there. Uh, I made it to chapter 2. Man, I know I thank you, man. I appreciate it. Hey, I've been getting a lot of non-believers coming up here, man. I appreciate it, man. The non-believers showing more love than the believers. So yeah, I made it to chapter 2. So I'm gonna continue reading it. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm a student. I'm a student. See, look, 489 wants to read, 260 I start reading. I have a real bad habit, but I'm trying to break this habit. That's my New Year's resolution. If I start one book, I'm gonna finish one book. So that's my New Year's resolution. Hopefully, nope, not hopefully. I will do it. Yeah, like, and I don't consider myself a person to know it all too, man. Like I would never like I may be educated on something, but never to the point where I feel like I can't engage. Even though I'm still strong in my worldview, but doesn't mean my worldview could grow better and I know how to defend it better if it doesn't get challenged. Challenges help build up your worldview and help you understand the truth. And like what the book said, I remember parts of the book. I think that's probably one of the good things that I have is like good memory. Yes, yeah, man. That's my New Year's resolution, man. I like read a book, read some of it, then I like drop it, then come back to like a later, like 2, 3 weeks, maybe even a month later. Then I forget like the whole plot, and I have to reread it again. Just not reread it, but like take a quick glance, then the memories refresh. Yeah, that's my resolution, man. I have a real bad habit. Like it's a bad one. Like I didn't know how bad it was until like until somebody mentioned it to me. Yeah, I think one of the good things I have, I'm that way with TV shows. Yeah, certain people are with that. Like, I'm with that. Like with like things that I find interesting. Like if it's not interesting, I guarantee I'm not gonna remember it. But if it's interesting to me, I'm gonna remember. Like I'm gonna remember the scholars. I'm gonna remember the book. I'm gonna remember the Bible verse. Um, like when I first became a Christian, I read like the whole Bible like in 100 and something days. Right? Did I understand all the Bible? No, nowhere near it. But like I said, hey, I was a student of the game, man. Student of the game. Like I thought myself like as a basketball player, man. I was throwing up shots, man, every day. I'm not talking about like 100 shots every day, but hey, I was practicing every day, man. So like I like the thing is I know stories more than I know like where it is. Like I know like the stories like the back of my hand. Yeah, like well, it's because I was invested and interested in stuff like that. I was interested. Yeah, like genuinely, I think like if it's not interesting or intriguing, just that thing I'm gonna forget. But hey, and I love hooping, man. I love hooping. I used to play basketball, but I need to get back in the lab, man. Get back in the lab. Gotta get back in the lab. Love basketball. I was watching it earlier today too, talking about basketball. So yeah, I'm still waiting just in case if Jamie do want to come. I don't know if he's coming or not. Like I said, I'll give him some time. He said 20 minutes, so I'm just gonna wait for him, see. If not, that's okay. He could come Monday or Sunday tomorrow. He could come Monday, he could come Wednesday, he could come Saturday, he could come all every day, doesn't matter. Doesn't sound like I said I love pooping. Come on, man. Come on. And the hooping. Come on, hooping. Uh, I don't even know what to say to that. No, hooping, not pooping. Come on. Don't do me like that. Oh, you hiking in the snow? Oh man, be careful, man. Be careful, man. We don't need you getting hurt. Nah, no way you thought I said that. Nah, 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 nah. No way. No, no way, man. No way. Hey man, Jamie, be safe, man. Be safe. Be safe, man. But yeah, that I did not say that. Not at all. Not even in the slightest. God bless you, man. God bless you, man. Have a safe night. You and the wife, man. God bless you guys. And thank you for your support too. And your notes too. I appreciate it. I will take a look at it. Safety is our number one concern. Yes, safety is our number one concern. Samara, why you being so funny right now? Huh? Why you being so You're so hilarious, man. Yes, Samara knows me personally. That's why she's saying that. She knows I'm a person who's to myself. I know. You're just saying I know, but I'm a person who's to my what you call it, to myself. Baby steps, baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. So I'm gonna continue. Oh man, somebody's probably texting me or calling me, but yeah, we're still gonna wait for Jamie and stuff like that. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. As of right now, they could call me expounding and stuff like that. Things like that. Oh, you sick too? You got the oh my. Yeah, man, I got the sniffles too, man. I pray that you feel better because last night that thing had me knocked out. I was on my bed knocked out. But today I feel a lot better. I have energy and stuff like that. It's just I just sound I guess congested. So yeah, after this live stream, I will go live stream on TikTok. Like I said, I like to engage with people just so I could, ask questions, man. People could ask questions too so they can understand. We just trying to understand each other. You know what I'm saying? That's how people become knowledgeable. Have their point of view challenged. Yesterday I was looking a little rough, man. I had no haircut, but now I got a haircut feeling like a new person. New person. So yeah. But yeah. Oh, guys, also if you guys were new, or not here, the reading of the word. Let me show you the reading of the word. Actually, I read the reading off the word off my website. Yes, I got to give myself free clout in here. All right. The reading of the word is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 to 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. That's right. He'll make your path straight. So, yep. You got to trust in the Lord. It doesn't say you can't have your own understanding, but it says don't lean on it. Because, every time we lean on our own understanding for everything, like, we get cooked. We get cooked. Cook. So that's why I think it's very important not to always lean on our own understanding. What time I'm going live on TikTok? Oh, snap. I'm not necessarily sure somebody's calling me or texting me. And that's the only reason why that screen does that. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. Somebody's calling me, texting me, whatever the case may be. Wait, hold up. Anyways, to bypass that so it doesn't do that, I'm just gonna have this like that. But what time I'm going live on TikTok? Whenever if Jamie ends up joining, then it may be pushed back a little later. But if he doesn't turn back, maybe I'm gonna give him to like 9, maybe 9:05, and maybe I'll probably live stream maybe like 9:10, 9:15, something like that. Just so I could give Jamie his time. If me and Jamie has a good conversation, I can't tell you what time necessarily. I want to have a real. I don't want to make the conversation feel rushed with Jamie, because I think Jamie's a unbeliever or a non-believer, and that's cool with me, man. I've been getting a lot of non-believer. I got Chuck, who's a non-believer. I got Jamie, who's a non-believer. I had TP, who was a non-believer too. So I'm getting a whole bunch of non-believers. Just hey, just want to talk, man, and I respect that, man. It's kind of crazy though, that how I'm getting more non-believers to talk with than believers. But yo, the camera gonna work? Oh, the camera does work now. Okay. All right, perfect. But yeah, I put the link in the chat for Jamie, so Jamie could always pull up. I'm gonna give him some time. He said he's going through the snow, so I don't want to rush. I don't want to make him feel like he rushed to. Yeah, because his safety is a concern to me, to all of us, at least on the chat. Even if he's a non-believer, I don't care. I want his safety to be good, man. So take your time, Jamie. Don't feel rushed, man. I'm gonna give you some time, some extra time if needed. I don't want you to feel rushed at all. So yeah. But yeah, so you guys definitely check out the website at Expounding Knowledge. I have some articles up there too. Yo, no, this ain't trolling. Oh, Jamie. All right, let's.
Hello, hello.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect. So what should I call you?
You still laughing?
Your name, your name. What should I call you?
You can call me Expounding.
Expounding. All right. Pleasure to meet you. Now, my question I wanted to ask you, and I'll get back to my example. But again, I do not want to straw man or misrepresent your argument in any way. So, like, could you please explain to me like what your position is exactly?
Position necessarily about what exactly, if you don't mind me asking.
In terms of biblical slavery.
Okay. I believe that it's on the lines of indentured servitude. Um, what I mean by indentured servitude, so somebody will sell themselves to become a slave, and yeah, that's pretty much it. There are rare occasions where somebody could become prisoners of war, and they could become slaves and things like that. But even those prisoners of wars could what you call it, there's an alternative for them. They don't have to become like in a sense chattel because and what I mean by chattel, I mean like they have no rights. You could beat them whatever you choose to do and they don't suffer no consequences and things like that. But yeah, I don't want to overbearing you with but that's the gist of it.
I mean, do you think that it is justified? I mean, do you think that the Bible condones it? Do you think the Bible condemns it? I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
um I will say as of right now, as I'm doing my studying on it, I would say that it doesn't outright condemn it, like I said, but it gives, at least in the Old Testament, in its context. I'm speaking in the sense of the Old Testament that it brings like rules and regulation to make sure nobody abuses the system because it says if you buy a Hebrew servant, if you do this, so it's assuming that people may do this thing, and if you do this, make sure you don't overstep your boundaries. So that's what I get from it from reading it. I'm still trying to determine myself, but that's just what I get from reading the passages.
I mean, I would have to agree with you that it does do that. I think where you and I would disagree would be
Mm-hmm.
on like in giving the regulation and giving like the commands on what you should do. I mean, if you were to do it, I mean that's in itself like condoning the action.
My question is, why would you? Well, because I could see how. Because I was thinking about your school example a little bit more with the bullying. I guess I guess what I'm thinking is like, how would you? Why would you say it's condoning it? Why would you say that?
I mean, because it's because I mean, it's not. I mean, because it's not condemning it by saying what actions are allowed if you are going to do this bad thing. I mean, that's in of itself like condoning the action of doing it. It's kind of like it will be the equivalent of saying, I personally don't believe that you should. Uh, I'm thinking about terms of services, and I don't want to say anything too harsh.
Uh huh.
So I mean, when it comes to disciplining your children and like laying your hands upon them, um, like instead of outright saying you shouldn't put your hands on a child, period, and saying, oh, it's totally okay, so long as like you don't cause any bruising or there aren't any welts on them, or am I making sense?
I get the trajectory. Oh, why is my thing? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you just
Oh,
fine.
I don't know why my camera keeps doing that. Sorry, I just every time I see that happening, I just think nobody can hear me. But I understand what you're saying. I'm just trying to understand your viewpoint and trying to think things through. So if you don't see me have much to say at the moment, that's just what I'm doing. I'm just trying to think. This That's just how I think. One thing I will say as thoughts are coming to my mind is that are you kind of aware of like the context of like the ancient Near East and things like that?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, is there any context you think that I'm missing?
Well, I don't know how much you know to be honest with you, Jane. You probably know a whole lot, so I don't know, but I guess I'm asking you that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I understand like the context of it.
Okay, so when I take a look at when I guess I guess I'm trying to look at from a historical perspective with the sense of like I said, I'm still thinking about what you said earlier. I'm not trying to dismiss. I'm just trying to put everything together. But when people have a problem with, sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. So what's your, let's just say if everything you said was right, what would be your problem with it? Let me write this down. Sorry.
I mean, my problem with it is that I find slavery to be pretty much a terrible thing for humanity, and it's a very immoral thing.
Sorry, if you just see me on the side, I'm just trying to take notes of
Sure,
what you
sure.
said so I could, reflect on it a little more. Um, so so I could learn. So give me 1 second. All right.
Absolutely.
So my next question. Oh, sorry if you hear my background a little loud. Yikes. But my next question is I feel like I'm challenging you, but I will say that I agree when people think about slavery in the Bible, well, I'm not saying you do, they tend to think of the transatlantic slave trade. I think the reason why, like, I'm not saying I'm like I justify or things like that, that I understand it is that in the ancient Near East, like there was no like governmental assistance. So people selling themselves to become a slave to somebody else was them trying to preserve their life. And when they were trying, and when they became those slaves, that if they, what you call it, if somebody died under their hand, they shall be punished, and you couldn't kidnap a slave. It's, I feel like it's regulating. I know we already talked about regulating, but I think in order to get your ideal outcome, sometimes you have to temporarily regulate things until that outcome comes to be. Like I was researching or studying today because I think it ties in well with each other, is that the New Testament doesn't outright just condemns slavery. It doesn't. But one thing it does that it sets principles of going against it. Like I brought up Ephesians chapter 6. I don't know if you were here for that, but I brought up Ephesians chapter 6, verse 5 to 9. And you talked about, is that my argument, stuff like that. You were here as I'm thinking about it. So I see as what you call it, God regulating, working with the people at the time to change their hearts to get like a more desirable outcome of getting rid of that institution that has been plaguing the world for so long. So I think maybe I'll think back and reflect on it later on because I'm being honest and transparent. But as of right now, I think God's regulating of it and having his moral principles that you should love them as you should love yourself, you should love your neighbor as you love yourself as a
Let me, I mean, if I may interrupt you, and I do
no, you can go ahead.
apologize, just a couple questions. My
Mm-hmm.
first question to you, and this is really more of a challenge. Do
Mm-hmm.
you think that slavery in any context is immoral?
In any context.
In any context? So, any and in all contexts, I mean, is slavery immoral?
I'm trying to think in the ancient Near East. I wouldn't say yes. It's I don't really necessarily know how to answer it on the spot. But one thing I will say is that in the word in the ancient Near East, it wasn't God's desire. I'll be honest. I don't think it was His desire. Just
I mean, are you saying? I mean, are you? I'm a little confused here. I mean, are you saying that it means slavery is in some contexts okay?
um, I'll be honest. I don't necessarily know how to answer your question right now. If I'm being honest with you.
Okay, I mean that's perfectly fine. Um, I mean, another question I might ask you, and this is really more of a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, would you be comfortable if I had you be a slave under me, as it described in the Old Testament?
If I had no land and nowhere to take care of myself, and you were taking care of me well, yes, I'll be okay with that in that context. Yes.
I mean, also in that context, it says that I could beat you, and so long
hmm
as you weren't dead in a couple days, I mean, would you still be okay with that?
Well, if you look at the context of that, I would disagree in your interpretation of it, but yes, I will still be okay. The only reason why is that if you do that, I could go out free according to Exodus chapter 21, verse 26 to 27. So I'll be able to
Could
go
you
free.
please? I'm sorry to interrupt you. Could you please pull up and read so that way we're not missing the entire context of anything?
Yeah, yeah. I could give you the context of it too. Let me pull it up as well too. So hold on, give me 1 second. I'm
Are you
trying
able to
to
change? Oh, yeah, that's. Thank you.
yeah, yeah. I'm trying to put both of us up. Like I said, I'm still learning how to use the feature. All right, so it's definitely in the section of the law concerning violence, and it's from it starts from verse 12 all the way to 27. Let's get the whole context. He who strikes a man so that he dies shall surely be put to death. Well, we don't even have to go that far to be honest with you. We could start at verse 18. It says if men contend with each other and one strikes the other with the stone or with his fist and he does not die but is confined to his bed, if he rises again and walks about outside with the staff, then he who struck him shall be acquitted. He shall only pay for the loss of time and shall provide for him to be thoroughly healed. And if a man beats his male or female servant with the rod, so that he dies under his hand, he shall surely be punished. Notwithstanding, if he remains alive a day or two, he shall not be punished, for he is his property, or some translation says, for he is his money. If men fight with, I'm gonna read it to 27, so then we could talk about it if that's fine with you, Jamie. If men fight and hurt a woman with the child, so that she gives birth prematurely, yet no harm follows, he shall surely be punished according as the woman's husband imposes on him, and he shall pay as the judges determine. But if any harm follows, then you shall give life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burn for burn, wound for wound, stripe for stripe. If a man strikes the eye of his male or female servant and destroys it, he shall let him go free for the sake of his eye. And if he knocks out the tooth of his male or female servant, he shall let him go free for the sake of his tooth. So this is what you call do you want to explain your part, or you explain your part, then I'll explain after you, since you're the
I
guest.
mean, the question. I mean, the question still stands. I mean, pretty much, if I don't knock out a tooth or I don't lash out an eye, I mean, would you still be comfortable being a slave? Like under myself, like under this
It's,
law?
well, it's not literally eye for eye. It's the lex talionis, which just means the law of retaliation. So if you do something against me, you should pay the same thing back. So it's not literally saying if your eye or tooth. So it's just saying if you do some sort of damage to him, they could go free for it. So that's the interpretation of it, because it also pops up in other ancient Near East texts, and I could get you scholars on it. That part I do know affirmatively, but so I think the point will still stand that if we let's go to verse 20, because or verse 21. Notwithstanding, if he remains alive a day or two, he should not be punished, for he is his property. I want to give you the interpretation of a scholar that I read, just so I could be charitable, and you could check it out for yourself. Check the resources and screenshot it to you and show you. Is that it says, notwithstanding, if he remains alive a day or two, he should not be punished, for he is his property, or translation money. They talked about how like they didn't have real like medical, like this is not like a medical thing, because some people will say, well, what happens if it's 3 to 4 days and what you call it and he dies, what will happen? But the point of saying a day or two is that it's if he's visibly okay, and this correlates with verse 18 and 19, which talks about if two men are fighting with each other, and if one of them strikes somebody and he's like bedridden, pay for his loss of time, and he should provide for him till he thoroughly healed. So he should provide for that man until he's thoroughly healed. So the
I mean, if I
punishment,
may interrupt you, in that context, it's discussing two different men. It's not discussing a man and his servant, though. If I mean, if,
correct,
in that
correct.
context, if it were just me and you, and you weren't a slave under me, then that context that should be fine. But if you were a servant under me or slave, let's just call it what it is. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, in a day or two, I shouldn't get any sort of reformation.
No, his punishment is that the slave will go free. That's the punishment for the slave master. That's his punishment. If he dies, understand he will be punished. What is the let's get the Hebrew word for it. Uh, Nakam, which was also get other ways it's used. Avenge, vengeance, and I don't know if you're familiar with blood vengeance. I don't want to get off topic, but what blood vengeance is that somebody, a family of you will get vengeance for you on your behalf and things like that. So if the slave dies, the master is going to get a death penalty, which is something uncommon and something that we don't see. And if he remains a day or two, his punishment will correlate with verse 26 to 27 that he will go free. It's not actually the eye or tooth being missing, but it's the law of les talionis, which just means the law of retaliation. And whatever you do to him is going to be done likewise to you. And the punishment for the
So I mean,
master is going to
I just want to clarify. Again, so, I mean, let's say I punish you how I saw fit, and you were okay enough to where you did not die and you didn't lose anything. I mean, would you still be okay with being a servant under somebody?
I'll be able to go free. That's what
I
I'll
mean,
say.
you,
I'll be according
how
to
would
the
you be able to go free?
because if you like the law says that if you strike me, I'll be able to go free. You shall let him go free. And that if somebody becomes a runaway slave, we know that you shouldn't bring them
I mean,
back
I'm
to
looking at
the
the verse right there myself, and it says, if a man strikes the eye of his male servant and destroys it, he's set free for the sake of his eye. So if I strike you, but I don't necessarily destroy you, or I don't destroy something of you in that context, then you should be fine as long as you don't die within a couple of days.
well, you talking about verse. It sounds like you equated verse 21 to 26 and 27 together. So what's your question or statement? Is it about this, or are you going to verse 26 to 27?
My question still circles back to, because like I feel like every time I ask this question, like you're sort of changing the context of it a little bit, and like I
Context in
adjusted
what way?
so that
Context.
way, because like I keep
Sorry.
saying, like I'm asking you simply, like would you be a slave? Like would you be comfortable being a slave? And if I were to beat you and like no harm outside of like the initial beating came out of you, I mean, like
But
would you
beating
be
me is
fine? Then
harm,
you
though.
say,
Beating me is a harm. So I will go free because you beat me.
but where does it say that you would go free because I beat you?
You're harming if you're beating some. So if you beat somebody, aren't you harming them?
Yeah, sure. But where exactly are you saying that you should be, I mean, that you'll be let free simply because you got harmed?
If a man strikes the eye of a male or female servant and destroys it, he shall let him go free for the sake of his eye. And if he knocks out the tooth of his male and female servant, he shall let him go free for the sake of the tooth. It's not literally saying if his tooth get knocked out, then that's the end of the conclusion. It's the law. Let me show you the law of Les Talionis. It's pull it up real
I
quick.
mean, you brought up interpretations. That's just simply your interpretation of it. What about my
Well,
interpretation,
well, well,
where the interpretation is literal?
well, that's not what the ancient Near East scholars said. Let me bring it up real quick. Give me a second. Bring up Gregory Church here real quick. Gregory Church. And Gregory Church mentions other scholars that disagrees with him. So it's kind of just give different interpretations on different texts. That's kind of what his book does. Let's see. And it's called the law of Les Talionis, which it doesn't necessarily mean actual, what you call it. Let's see. It's on directly. Okay. Hopefully it could fizzle out. I know. Can you see it? You can't see it, right? It's still being a
Yeah, I
little.
can see it just fine. I can see
No,
it
it's
just
not.
fine.
It's not showing the highlight. Oh, there we go. Okay,
There it goes, the
there
highlighted
we go.
portion.
There we go. Let's see if we can sign. Nevertheless, one which verse can be rendered. The literal rendering for trying to find it. Hopefully, let me look at my notes real quick. Should be notes right here. Notes and highlights. Difficult to determine whether the slave laws, which is clear, his property, the case, and the man strikes. Let's start right here. Just kind of work our way. Just trying to work our way down. If a slave dies as a direct result of the beating, then vengeance shall be taken against the owner. However, if the slave goes within a day or two, no vengeance shall be taken. Scholars generally have divided over whether the laws refers to foreign chattel. Okay, that's talking about a different situation. I'm trying to find, talking about the lex talionis. Let's see. What is there? Judge. Oh, this is Childs. Yeah. Okay. As property, therefore he agrees that the law stands contrary to the slave law. Thank you for waiting patiently, by the way, too. In addition, these scholars
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
makes it clear that the death of the slave was a action which does not demand any sense of. Okay, he's given somebody else's interpretation of it. I'm trying to find the one regarding money. Maybe it is page 174. Hold up. What does this say? No.
Now, I don't know if my own personal internet is causing me to hear you differently. It sounds like you're going a little bit robotic on me. I have been
Really?
on this particular platform before.
Oh,
Yeah,
you have been on Per Lego?
correct. Really.
Really?
I've been on a StreamYard
Oh,
before.
StreamYard. Oh, I
So,
thought you man, you cutting in and out right now. Wait, hold up. Wait, hold up. Let me remove. Oh, my camera was unplugged. How was my camera unplugged? I don't know. Hello? Hey, Jamie. Okay. Hello?
am I back?
You are back.
Okay. I guess
Hey,
my connection dropped out on me. I do apologize about that.
no, it's okay. It happens. Let's go back. Definitely want to say thank you for being patient because I got to look through these things. And it doesn't help when my connection is not the best either too. So let's see. Can I just Command F it? Let's see. Yeah, let's find the book. I was about to say numbers. Exodus, verse 21. Oh, that sucks. This thing not helping me at all. What is this saying? That the death of a child of slave might go undetected since, okay. He's still given a different interpretation. According to the view, slave survives the day to the owner did not intend to kill the slave, thus the owner is not punished since the laws of property. Okay, he's given an interpretation of who? I think he's given a term. Let's keep reading. Oh, he's given childs. Okay, such as childs. So what Gregory Cherachino, as I continue to find it, he gives other scholars and their viewpoints and opinions on how they view this passage and stuff like that. And obviously scholars are not going to agree with everything. So I'm just trying to find where I agree with him on this point. I'm trying to find it. Furthermore, there's reason to doubt that the death slave in the ancient was where there's no doubt the death of the slave was due to beating by the owner, even though the rod was used to punish the disobedient slaves. Okay. For example, Numbers 35:16. Sorry it's taking me so long. Okay. All right, hopefully it talks about it right here. Let's read slowly. Jamie, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to be rude or anything. I keep my microphone mute so that way,
Okay.
in case like something in my background happens, I don't want anything to be heard or anything. So
Okay. I'm still trying to find. I know it's here somewhere, and I read it. Just when it's a big book, you trying to get through it, even though the Command F is not even working. So shadow slaves and expedited. So, no, mm, let's see. The use of slave time. Let's see. Is it this one? No. Maybe is it in a summary or conclusion? This is an attempt to class shadow slaves was for the rights to extended members of the covenant. Shadow slaves were death slaves, as Exodus categories among other slaves, which refers to child however, while it tends to suggest that. Therefore, while it is inaccurate to suggest that the biblical slaves are more humane than the cuneiform, it is nevertheless a fact that the various ancient Near laws concerning the saw child slave generally considered as citizen rights of ownership to override general the concern of safety protection of child. I gotta find it. I can't. As of right now, I can't find it. Maybe it was a different scholar. Maybe I'm confusing two scholars together. If I'm being honest with you, but I for sure know seeing it, and I know I remember liking it. Let me see if it's another scholar. Give me. I feel like I keep telling you, give me a second, but um, this is just the contrary consensus. Which clause in 20 does not differentiate between intentional and unintentional homicide, but rather fall in the context. How about this, Jamie? I can't find it on this one. Maybe I confused with a different scholar, but I'm gonna type it on my iPad to make sure I find that scholar when I live stream tomorrow. So if when you do come, I will have it for you because I know it's somewhere in my thing, but I just know I have to take my time to look. So let me write that down so I don't forget because I want to be charitable because I did mention my source and I want to make sure I have my source because I know I do have it. So find source.
And I most definitely appreciate you doing this for me.
You're welcome, because I just don't want to say I have a source and I don't quote my source. Hey, I gotta quote your source where you get it from, and I know I seen it, so I will get it for you. I will mention the chapter, the page, and all those things for you when I live stream tomorrow. I mean, I'm writing it right now on my iPad, so okay. All right, all right, Jamie. I typed that down on my iPad. I will have that thing ready for you, man. I will have it. Oh, let me keep it up first so we can look back at the passage. But yeah, I will have that thing ready for you. But yeah, to go back to the passage, or if you want to continue to go, but I do want to say I do thank you for coming and asking me these questions, man. I like challenging questions, even if I truly don't have the answer to it. Best believe I will seek out the answer. So just want to say thank you though.
Of course, of course. I did ask you earlier, and I know that you are planning on heading over to TikTok. But again, I just want you to like really think about what I asked you earlier. When I
Mhm.
asked you, is slavery in any like in any and every context immoral? And you weren't able to give me a straight answer for that. I really want you to think about that. And I cannot guarantee that I will be back here tomorrow, but it's definitely something that I want you to think about.
All right, Jamie. Also, I could say I want, well, not necessarily want you to, but also to ponder on is that the context of Exodus chapter 21 verse 20 to 26, even if you disagree and stuff like that, that's fine too. And like many other texts has different and interpretations to it. But the interpretation that I hold to in viewing verse 20 to 21 is viewing it in context with 18 or verses 18 to 26. It's called a chiasmus, which is like ABBA. I'm pretty sure you're probably familiar with that, where the author's like building a point. It's almost like a sandwich where like A is the outlier and B is like the middle point. The A began with like two men contending with each other, and if what you call it, if one beats another man and he lies down, and vice versa. I talked about that already, but I just view it as if a master strikes his slave, harms him in any way, he could go free. But if he, what you call it, if he's dead, then he gets punished. But I view the day or two, as in a way of like not as a medical thing, but it's a day or two is used to signify to the ancient Near East like he's well enough where his cause of death is not that. And obviously they're not medically sound as we are today. They see things how things look. That's how it was. And I will get my source for all of those too, so I could be sourced up for you. If you're talking, I can't hear you.
Alrighty, expounding. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go for tonight, and hopefully we can. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Oh, now I can't hear you. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Okay, I think there is a slight bit of delay here on my end.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks because I'm looking at my bubble right here, and it's not moving until I start saying something. So basically, you have yourself a wonderful rest of tonight, and please, as always, I tell everybody, stay skeptic.
Have a good one, man. Oh, I'm about to leave the studio. Hey, you guys have a good one. You guys have a blessed one. God bless you guys. Uh, yeah. So yeah, God bless you guys. Hope you guys have a good day. Hope you guys have a blessed day. To be honest with you guys, and yeah, continue to do great things. God bless y'all. Thank you for joining.